Hi children, this is your social ma'am. See, today we are going to see latitudes and longitudes from geography. So, before going to see this chapter, you want to know what is mean by latitudes and longitudes. See, for example, if you want to identify your house where it is located on the earth, for that purpose, we can use these latitudes and also longitudes. For example, nowadays we are using Google Maps, is it the GPS system? So in that we can find out our house easily on the earth where it is located. So these are all the things are work based on this latitudes and longitudes that we are going to see in this chapter. See, these are all the contents we are going to see. Introduction, globe, latitudes, heat zones of the earth, longitudes, longitude and time. Why do we have standard time? Check your knowledge and listening skill. See the next slide, children. Introduction. So, already we have studied our earth is located in the solar system. See the next slide, children. So, you want to know the difference between revolution and also the rotation. What does mean by revolution? The earth move around the sun. That we can call it as revolution. From this revolution, we can get seasonal climates. For example, winter, summer, that we can get because of this revolution. Then what does mean by rotation? Rotation means the earth rotate itself. That means for one spin it takes 24 hours to rotate. So for this we can get day and night. And also whenever we are using the map we will not forget to identify the directions. See this picture, then you'll identify the directions of our earth. So the top of the pole we can represent north, then the down south, then west and east. So our earth always it rotates towards west to east. See next slide, globe. Globe is a true model of the earth. On this globe we can find out countries, continents and oceans easily. See in this globe you can find out a needle which passes through the north to south pole. That we can call it as axis. And also it can be rotatable. But in a real earth we don't have such a needle and also the lines. For our purpose, we did like this. See the next slide, children. See another imaginary line running on the globe divides it into two equal parts. This line we can call it as equator. It lies in the degree of 0. And also see that the north side of that part of the earth we can call it as northern hemisphere. The down we can call it as southern hemisphere. And also children, see our earth is not a sphere because the top and the bottom it may be flattened. So the shape of the earth is geoid. See the northern hemisphere and also the southern hemisphere is located on the earth. See the next picture, latitudes. What does mean by latitudes? A parallel circles from the equator up to the poles are called latitudes. So up to the poles means up to the north pole. So these latitudes totally it measures 360 degree. Already I said that earth it rotates. For one spin it takes 24 hours. So 24 hours it takes 360 degree. So this imaginary line, the parallel of latitudes, it also takes 360 degree to identify the location. And also the parallels of north and south are called as north latitudes and south latitudes. These lines are not in the same length. See the children, from the equator to the pole it may be reduced. See the next slide, children. Important parallels of these latitudes. What are the important parallels? See Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle. The Tropic of Cancer, located at the northern hemisphere, are 23.5 degree north from the equator. And also see that Tropic of Capricorn is located at the 23.5 degree south in the southern hemisphere. Then you just see that Arctic Circle, it is located 66.5 degree north in the northern hemisphere. Then you just see, children, Antarctic Circle is located in the southern hemisphere at 66.5 degree south side. So, what are the important parallels of latitudes? Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, Antarctic Circle, Arctic Circle. So, these are the things you will learn somewhat in detail in your 7th standard. See the next slide, children. Heat zones of the earth. So, what are the heat zones we have? See this picture, children. So based on the distance from the sun, we can get these heat zones of the earth. For example, see our earth is directly towards to the sun. At the time, we can get the direct sun rays to this Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn places. So in these places we can get heavy heat. So this we can call it as torrid zone. And also in the place of Arctic Circle and also the Antarctic Circle, in that place we can get moderate heat because of the distance from the sun. We can get less sun rays. So this have moderate heat. So we can call it as temperate zones. See the top, the poles, North Pole and South Pole. It is too distant from the sun and also it gets very less sun rays. So in this place we feel very cold. So this we can call it as frigid zones. So totally we can have 3 zones of the earth. What are they? Torrid zone, temperate zones, then frigid zones. See the next slide, children, longitudes. So what does mean by longitudes? Have you seen pumpkin? Yes, from the top to the bottom you can see some vertical lines, is it? So the same in our earth also we did like an imaginary lines for the measurements or to identify the location, so that we can call it as longitudes. So the lines running from the north pole to the south pole, that we can call it as longitudes. And also it is otherwise called as meridians. Meridians means the lines, vertical lines. And also not like our latitudes, the length of the meridians are same. For example, our earth, for it rotates, it takes 360 degree for one spin. One spin means it takes 24 hours. So 360 divided by 24. Then we will get 15 degree. So one meridian it takes 15 degree. So up to we will complete what is it 360 degree. And also how we can have the equator for the north and south pole. The same for this vertical line we can have the center of the line called as prime meridian. This also referred as 0 degree. So from the 0 degree the west side we can call it as west longitudes. Then the east side we can call it as east longitudes. See the next picture, you will understand clearly. Latitudes and longitudes. See this picture. See the first picture, children. So already I said it takes 360 degree to rotate for a spin. So you just divided into 1/4. 90 degree, 90 degree, then down 90 degree, then this side 90 degree, because it is a sphere, is it? So totally we'll get 360 degree. And see the red color line, it shows that latitudes. And also see the next diagram, the longitudes. So the longitudes already I said a line running from the north pole to the south pole. So it takes 180 degree. What is it? 180 degree. So here also I said it divides a center line. We can call it as prime meridian. So for example the west side we will refer as 15 degree west. 30 degree west. So you can see the difference of 15 degree for each line. And also the east we will refer as 15 degree east. Then 30 degree east. See the next picture. So after drawing this latitude and longitudes we will get like a grid. Grid means see that intersection of the latitudes and also the longitudes. So based on this where it meets that latitudes and longitudes, then we will identify the place easily. See this one more picture, children. See the 1, 2, 3, 4, that lines we can call it as longitude. A, B, C, D, E, that lines we can call it as latitude. So where it meets, there we will identify the location of the place on our earth. And also because of this longitude our timing also changed. So based on this longitude only we are calculating our time. See this picture, children. British Royal Observatory in Greenwich, it is located at London. So from this only we are calculating our time. So here we can call it as the timings Greenwich Mean Time. Based on the sun rays only we are getting the timing. So from this place it is calculated. See the next picture. For example, if 12 p.m. in this Greenwich, so for this east side of our earth 1 hour will be increased based on the longitudes, and also 1 hour will be reduced in this west side of our longitudes, and also just opposite that will get 12 a.m. that means midnight. See the next picture, children, you will clearly understand. For example, if it is 12 p.m., that means noon. If it is afternoon 12 p.m., see our country, India, the top you can find out at 5 p.m. So 5 hours difference. You just calculate 15 degree it takes 60 minutes. 15 degrees means 60 minutes. So you just count the longitudes. So 5 longitudes difference. So 5 longitudes means 5 hours. So totally 5.5 hours difference that India follows the timing. Likewise, the west side also it is reduced. You just reduce the timing, then you will get that proper time. For example, North America, you will get 6 a.m. This is the difference, 6 hours difference. See this also you can understand easily. See this picture. For that Asian countries, 1 hour will be increased. For this United States, 1 hour will be decreased. Okay, see the next slide. Why do we have standard time? Okay, for our India children, two longitudes are passed. Then what we'll do? Which time we can take? Okay, so it may be from the Gujarat to the Assam. From the Gujarat to the Assam. So it takes 1 hour 45-minute difference. So what we have decided, the center of the point we have selected, that is in 82.5 degree east, that we have selected, and we followed this timings. For our India, we can have only one time zones, that we can call it as standard meridian of India. So that we can refer as IST, Indian Standard Time. In which degree? 82.5 degree east side. So learn yourself and improve your knowledge. Identify that how many countries have different time zones. Study about the climates or the vegetation in the different heat zones of the earth. What are the latitudes passed in our India? Check your listening skill, children. Define globe. Differentiate latitudes and longitudes. Expand IST. The value of an equator is dash. The value of the prime meridian is dash. Thank you, children.